how they can improve our well-being, and in general, how they can help us. Thank you so much for taking out your time.
Yeah, thank you, Harman. Let's do a quick check. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, I need some thumbs ups. Oh, very good. Fantastic. So the audio is good. Video is good.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so now today we are going to go on our first maiden journey of studying the superfoods and super supplements. And we are starting with none other than the most ancient and powerful supplement that was known for almost 2,500 years, and that's Shilajit. So before we go there, quickly, I would like to see if most of them are here, are DXN members. And this language for this session is going to be in English. Okay, so people who don't understand English can take a leave and allow the others to come, because we have a limited window for people to join in. Okay, so we will quickly wait for some more time till we have a few people joining in. In the meantime, I think I have a team who is going to help me. I have Dr. Harman who will help me to pin down the questions and summarize them for me. And I have also Dr. Sneha, who did a wonderful job yesterday in Hindi. And I have borrowed her presentation today to continue what she had done in Hindi in English. So thank you so much, Dr. Sneha. And Dr. Harman, appreciate your efforts, including the efforts of Baji, who has been instrumental in getting this whole setup done, and many people more behind the scene. So let's quickly, get ready for today's session. Anything good? I want some thumbs up. If I hear some thumbs up, maybe I can also, be happy enough to tell and applaud y'all. Okay. So yeah, let's see if my system is working. Can you hear the applause? Very good. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so here today we go. Okay, so we have almost 52 of us, a small bunch of people. So today we are studying the Shilajit. And before we go, let's quickly, also wait for another 2 minutes. I think a few more people are coming. In the meantime, people can put in their questions if they have. What do they expect from this session? What do they want to learn from this session? And I'll try my best to answer your questions in the part of the series that I'm going to do for the next 1 to 1.5 hours. Okay, so I will be also looking at your questions. Yeah, I have the access to that. Good. I have Bhoj Pinky Sharma saying good morning. I have Bhanu Kala. Yes, okay, good. So I am able to get your messages. So please feel free to write down those messages here. Today, the product in focus is none other than Shilajit. And what's so special about DX and Shilajit? Man, it's got fulvic acid almost 78%. And today you will learn what is fulvic acid. And anything above 70% is considered to be premium quality Shilajit. And what's so special about this batch of Shilajit? It's coming with 25% extra, means 5 gram extra. It's basically a 20-gram pack, but you're going to get 5 grams extra. So you are getting, at the price of 20 grams, you're getting 25 grams. So that's another reason for you to, be sure that you
Recording in
grab
progress.
one bottle of Shilajit for yourself. As we go, as I said, you can put in your questions, raise your concerns, if any, and I'll be more than glad to pick them up and answer them for you. In the meantime, we are just 10 seconds away before we start. Okay. Okay. So here we go. We will be cutting off the timer now. DXN Shilajit, this is the masterclass, the maiden one that I'm going to start with. And the idea here is to understand the supplement in focus. That's Shilajit. Title here is Ancient Rasayana, to modern superfood. Now, everybody need to understand what is a rasayana. I'm sure you all have done the basics of Ayurveda course. You all have studied what is a rasayana and how a rasayana basically is helpful for the body to make sure that all the nutrients that you're taking reach every part of the body. To classify rasayana, you should understand the word meaning of rasayana. Rasa yana. So, what is Rasa Yana means? Now you have heard about these two words in Hindi, Uttarayana and Dakshinyana. So when the sun goes to the north, we call Uttarayan. When it goes to the south, we call Dakshinayan. Ayan means something that moves things, and rasayana means something that lets the rasa, the life force, to move in. And if the rasa can move through any and every part of the cell, then that cell lives, and that's the power of a rasayana. And so Ayurveda talks about rasayana a lot. Chavanprash is a rasayana, and in DXN we have Chavandravya Kada, which is basically you can say a decoction. It's a dravya kada of all the herbs of Chavanprash put into a non-sugary base, and a very very potent. And there have been great results of the rasayana activity of the Chavandravya kada. So rasayana, basically you should understand anything that allows the rasa to move freely within the cells, inside the cells. And you will realize why Shilajit is said to be one of the master rasayanas, and why it was considered as a superfood even back then. So let's start. The origin of this rasayana or Shilajit is that it is found in the Himalayas. Now, we will see a quick video to understand what it really means and how it is procured. Let's have this video. Give me 1 minute. And you watch this video, and then we go back to understanding how it is done. Okay?
This man is hunting for an aphrodisiac that some people have called a natural bioactive. It only forms at high altitudes, like here in the Himalayas. One misstep and the drop is 15,000. People across South Asia have taken Shilajit for centuries to improve libido and treat infertility.
शिलाजीत की जो आज तक मेजर मार्केटिंग हुई है वो है टेस्टोस्टेरोन बूस्टर की।
People are paying hundreds of dollars to get their hands on it. But, so is Shilajit really a miracle product?
So no audio. I just heard a comment. There's no audio. Is that so? If so, please let me know. Very low. Audio is very low. Okay, let's boost up the audio.
The valley of Padar is one of the most remote regions in Jammu and Kashmir. The journey to the Pir Panjal range in the lower Himalayas will take them about 2 to 3 days.
जब पहले गए थे डर तो बड़ा डेंजरस वाला रास्ता था, डर तो लग ही जाता है। जम्मू में तो बहुत भी होता है, रेस भी होता है, तो थोड़ा देख के जाना पड़ता है।
They're going to climb up 12,000 feet. That's the height at which Shilajit forms in the Himalayas. It's also found in Russia, Tibet, and even the north of China. After 10 hours of hiking, the men spot some deposits. But they're sitting on a steep rock wall, and the only way of getting there is climbing. Now, Manohar is on his phone. He uses nothing but his own body for support. It's mind over matter, walking on the edge at 12,000 feet.
डेंजरस आसपास से जाना पड़ता, देख के जाना पड़ता है। अगर कहीं फिसल गए तो मर भी सकते हैं, गिर जाते हैं।
Finally, he reaches the Black Shilajit rocks. It's hard like cement, so he needs a chisel to break it off. They're found in the cracks and crevices of mountains where rain and snow can't get in.
ये समझो पत्थर की चर्बी
It feeds on microorganisms that decompose certain plants over centuries. What's left behind is shilajit.
मान लो जिस तरह गाय का मूत्र की खुशबू होती है इस तरह शिलाजीत की भी खुशबू होती है सबके भी पता चलता है कि शिलाजीत है ये कड़वी होती है
Manohar usually extracts it in spring and then again in fall before the snow can get to it.
और जो बोलते हैं कि गर्मी में सांप होते हैं शिलाजीत को ये चाटते हैं इसको काफी पसंद करते हैं इसलिए इसको गर्मी में नहीं जाते
Shilajit has its roots in Ayurvedic medicine, which originated in India over 3,000 years ago. It's a traditional healing system that uses natural products. And ancient texts talk about its healing powers. But Shilajit can't be eaten in its raw form. First cooks the rocks. They dissolve in boiling water. It filters out sand and other impurities.
हम इसकी फिल्ट्रेशन करते हैं अराउंड कई बार 2 बार कई बार 4 या 5 बार भी करनी पड़ती है जब तक हमारे को दिखे कि कोई भी इम्प्योरिटीज जो है उसमें नहीं रह गई हैं
Here in Kashmir, they have a unique recipe for it.
पुराने शास्त्रों में भी लिखा है और पुराने ट्रेडिशनली जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में इसी तरह से शिलाजीत बनाते हैं कि उसमें थोड़ा सा गौमूत्र थोड़ा सा देसी घी थोड़ा सा गंगा जल और थोड़ा सा शहद डालते हैं
The remaining mixture gets to heat as it hardens, forming an edible Shilajit paste. Research in Shilajit is limited, but Ayurvedic experts say that it is rich in metallic compounds, minerals, and nutrients. And it's especially effective for treating infertility. It also contains fulvic acid, which is said to boost immunity and reduce inflammation.
इसको खाने से 10-15 दिन के बाद लोगों को आराम आता है
And some studies show that Shilajit could help treat cognitive disorders.
With Alzheimer's, it's been to increase the accumulation of the tau protein. And the tau protein is a protein that accumulates in these plaques in the brain and leads to Alzheimer's.
Yes, so we are back. You have seen how they source the Shilajit. It goes, they have to go up to the mountainous regions of the Himalayas where this oozy secretion, if you can see, comes out from the crevices of the rock in the mountains. These are basically, so basically this is like a fossil fuel. All the plants, the dead material that decays over time, like charcoal, is produced because of the pressure of the earth and long time of getting decomposed. Similarly, these are the kind of fossil fuels of the plants, like the maybe a fungus, an algae, a moss, or something getting putrefied, getting digested by microbacteria organisms, and then getting that oozy secretion. But so what happens in the summer season is when this particular thing melts, it enters the crevices, and when it enters the crevices, it remains there, and it if it's too much, it oozes out. But when the cold season comes, the crevices, they get the rocks get closed, and they get locked in it, and hence over a period of time they are a part of the stone, and you have to break the stone, and then you have to take that out. So it is known by many people that it is the blood of the mountains, because it's the mountains that oozes blood, so they consider that as a powerful aphrodisiac, because if something that is coming from the mountain itself, if taken, we can also become strong like that. But what is technically this, you will see, it is nothing but a bioorganic mineral base. It's a herbal and mineral combination. This amazing combination is like a cooked food for you of all the nutrients you need. Imagine the life in the Himalayas where species have to depend on minimum food with the maximum potency. That is why if you look at the herbs like sea buckthorn found in the northern region, they are rich in nutrients because it would be with minimum quantity but has nutrition packed in it. So is things like the apricots and all those things that are in small amount, they are dense with nutrition. And Shilajit is nothing less than that when it comes up to its bioorganic mineral compound that it has. Along with that, it has something what is very important to know, an adaptogenic resin. Now here you have to understand, when I said it's a rasayana, that means, like I said, when the sun has to go to the north or to the south, we call Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Similarly, when the rasa, the life force within us, when it has to travel within and come out, that is possible only with the properties of an adaptogen. And that adaptogenic properties help to bring about a balance in a lot of things. So when the blood pressure goes high, an adaptogen brings it down. When it goes down, an adaptogen boosts up your metabolism and brings it up again. So secretions of different organs are managed and controlled by adaptogenic properties of herbs and some foods. So it's a very important thing, especially Ganoderma. Ganoderma research has shown that it has got adaptogenic properties. So most of the rasayanas, they fall in this category of having adaptogenic property, and Shilajit definitely has one. Again, it is like the master key. If you go to a hotel, there is this person, the one who's serving and cleaning up the rooms and doing everything. He has key to all the rooms. That's how Shilajit is. Shilajit can open every cell door to allow all the nutrients that you are taking in to reach inside, so that the mitochondria can produce the energy that is required. Remember, I told you it's like black coal produces biofuel, and we can use that to cook food. Similarly, Shilajit's basic ingredients can be used by the mitochondria to produce energy. So hence, if you study deeper, you'll get to know that it is 1 minute. You have received a record. Start. Okay. When you go to understand what it is, so it basically supplies the mitochondria the ingredients, the fuel that it can use to produce the energy. So it converts adenosine triphosphate (ATP) into energy, and that's very important. That is why when you talk about Shilajit, you think it's a booster, energy booster, but technically what it's doing, it's now, instead of we only eating raw food, now suddenly with Shilajit the food is being cooked and we are eating cooked food. So better digestion and improved assimilation of all the nutrients that you're taking in. So people who are on supplements, people who are taking wellness as their medium of life, this one supplement you should never miss. This box, this Shilajit is going to be one master formula that is going to help you enhance all the other supplements that you're taking. Moving up, energy intelligence. Now that's what this beautiful, you can say, I would not say it herb and neither mineral. It's a combination of both. With time, and Ayurveda says when kala is worked, when time works on something, when like in homeopathy we have the whole mixture being pounded and moved around for longer time. The time factor enhances the property, just like wine. The older the wine, the better it is. Similarly, it's the case with herbs and minerals. The older they get, the better and the more potent they are. And imagine, this is how old. Out of all the herbs that you would be taking, this is like power packed with time, and it is really great. So let's take the next slide. Yeah, let's go to the meaning of it. And we have been debating on the meaning of the name, because what everybody is being talking about, Sheila Jeet, is winning over the mountain. Sheila means the stone, mountain, it can win over. Jeet means to win, and anything that is hardened on strong and become like stone, like Shilajit can win over it and something like that. But for me, understanding the way it is processed, we saw how they were breaking the stones and then taking the stones and boiling the stones to extract the Shilajit out of it. So it is basically Shila means stone, but Arjit means in Sanskrit to acquire or to extract. So Shila Arjit means from the Shila, from the stones, what we have extracted. That is what it is. So acquired from the stone, hence it is called the Shilajit. So I'm sure this will make more sense and it has more meaning also. Ancient roots, Ayurveda definitely has been endorsing this long time. I remember in January 2021, I get a message from Dr. Lim that people have been asking about this product to be coming in DXN very soon, and but they were not able to find the right source. But luckily, over a period of time, since we have been working with the farmers in Kashmir, we've got good references, and through that, we were able to bring in the saffron from Kashmir, which was another premium product. We will talk about that someday. But through that reference, we were able to also now get in touch with those farmers who farm Shilajit, and through a very nice, renowned company that supplies all the major suppliers of Shilajit. We have a lab certified high quality Shilajit that we are offering in a premium pack box, and I'm sure we have launched it yesterday, and many of you all have that in your house and have taken that. Now, along with this, please understand that this has been in traditional Ayurveda. In the Ayurveda text, it has been renowned as one of the most powerful rasayanas. And in tribal medicine, the local people definitely adore it, definitely value it. The guy you saw right now who goes out to harvest Shilajit fountains. I remember watching his whole documentary, and he says that once he had some fracture, but he believed on the Shilajit so much that when he had this fracture, he wanted to heal faster. So usually it takes 2 to 3 months for his fracture to heal. But he started to consume Shilajit daily. And what was the miraculous thing was that his fracture healed not in 3 months, but in just around 20 days. And that's really amazing. So, tribal medicine definitely has been endorsing this. Uh, Mystically, it seems very mystical, but definitely it has some science behind it. Yogic culture, the yogis who live in the Himalayas definitely value it. If you have heard the movie that we just saw, the short clip, it was telling that there is this snake who lick on it, and that is why people don't go in the summer season. It's not like that. In the summer season, usually it starts to ooze out, and it's very difficult to collect the oozing Shilajit. You need to take it with the rocks, because that's where it really is a nice combination. So you need to process it, you need to boil it, and then you have to take out that resin out. So hence, yogic cultures, the yogis definitely value it. You will always find a Himalayan yogi endorsing this, not because it has an aphrodisiac property, not because it's a sex power enhancer. It's because it is a rasayana, and it brings up the oja, the immunity for you. Because according to Ayurveda, oj, your immunity is the essence that helps you have a very strong body, and along with that a strong mind. And only with a strong body and strong mind you can pursue your spiritual quest. Sacred Rasayana, of course, sacred Rasayana, because it's still mystical. People don't know what it is. They consider this as the blood of the mountains, and they know that limited resource. So if you get a hand on something like this, which is limited in resources in the world, you should definitely have an opportunity to consume it and to make the best out of it. Moving forward, we see now that Ayurveda identifies this as a rasayana. And as I told you, rasayana, one of the properties is that it is an adaptogen. Second is a rasayana is also nutritive. Now, when I say nutritive, means it basically helps all the nutritions to pass into every cell. So very, very important. It acts like you can say an agent that takes the nutrient into the cell, and also the other way around, takes all the toxins out of the cell. So it's also a detoxifier in a way. So it basically works like a traffic police, letting the in and the out passage be very clear. That is why in Ayurveda it is also called as Yogavahi, means it opens up the path for the right things to enter and the bad things to get out. And that's a very, very important property. The third property of rasayana, it is an antioxidant. Now, when I say antioxidant, means oxidation causes all the rusting in your body, and the aging and is because of oxidation. But when you take a rasayana, you're actually reducing the process of oxidation that happens in the cells, and the cell aging process slows down. This is why it is an anti-aging herb, you can say, or mineral, because all rasayanas have this particular property. Along with this, it is also immunomodulatory. When I say immunomodulatory, it means that like an army protects the country on from the outside enemies, and the police make sure that the country is protected from the inside, mischievous people. Similarly, a rasayana protects you and builds up your immunity from the bacteria, viruses, and fungi that can attack you and cause you an infection. But on the other hand, rasayana also helps to modulate the immune system, sometimes to bring balance within the organs that have this competition within each other. Because when that is immunocompromised, when you are in a state where you suffer from an imbalance within your internal system, then you have these immune disorders, which then become very, very difficult to treat, because it's not somebody else, so it's not something outside, it's the body within itself fighting itself. And like conditions like arthritis and Alzheimer's, these are conditions in which the immune system has been compromised internally. So again, a rasayana helps to do that. Okay, so as we studied, it is nutritive, it is immunomodulatory, it is an adaptogen, it is antioxidant, and along with this, you can say it is also, when we say it is providing the balya. Balya, it mentioned here, balya means it actually gives you the power and energy. It supplies energy to you. So these basic qualities are the qualities of a rasayana. So balya, rishya, and yogvai, they automatically become the qualities of a rasayana. So when you talk about rasayana, remember that those qualities are there in every rasayana. And only thing then, out of that rasayana, which one is the best one? We'll study what is balya, means giving you the strength and vitality. Vrishya, improving your cellular multiplication and division, not just your sexual power. Remember, every cell multiplies and grows and produces similar kind. So your body keeps on producing cells, that cells are born and cells die. Like, let's take the RBC, the red blood corpuscles. They are born in the bone marrow and they end up in the spleen again. So you see the whole cycle of 90 to 120 days is where it lives. So you're continuously reproducing these cells, and hence you need Vajikaran, means these Rishya supplements, so that you have that vitality within you. Yog Vahi, again, as I said, it helps you to open up the channels so that everything within your system starts moving, and there is no strotorod, or that means the obstruction in the channels of flow. Okay. Then we go to the classical shloka, and I've picked up two of the great texts, the Charak Samhita and the Sushrut Samhita. And let's see what Charak Samhita says here. It says that Shila Jatu tu khalu rasayananam shreshtatam न चास्य कश्चिद द्विधते दोषः सम्यक योगे प्रयुज्य manasya. Shilajit is indeed the Shreshtatam, supreme among all the Rasayana substances. So you want to know the king of all the Rasayanas? Here you have Shilajit. When used properly and judiciously, it has no adverse effect. There is no adverse effect with it. And this is being claimed by Charak Samhita long time back. You can imagine. This is from the Charak Samhita, Chikitsastan 1.3.35-36. Again, see, you should understand, 2,500 years ago, 5,000 years ago, something has been consumed, and you still doubt on whether it is safe or no. 100, 200 years old medical science will tell this is not safe and that is not safe, when we have been consuming it for so long. You should understand that the traditional medicine has been time tested on humans itself. and they've been passed on by humans to the other humans. So it is, you don't need a clinical trial to endorse, and that is why in India Ayurveda products do not need to go through clinical trial again if they are mentioned in the classical texts. And this is what the Charak Samhita says. So be fearless about the consumption. It is safe consuming Shilajit judiciously, okay, and in the right amount. And we'll discuss that also. Uh, the next sloka from the Sushrut Samhita. It says, Shila Jatu Nam Girijam Rasayanam Balavarna Karnam Karam Meda Smruti Agni Vardhanam Vrushyam Cha Visheshatah. Shilajit is a mountain born rasayana that enhances strength and complexion. Now, who doesn't want to look beautiful? I'm sure. And, we all want to have that glow on our face. We want to have the strength. So, even the complexion part is being taken care of by this rasayana. Improves intellect. Intellect is the ability to decipher fast, take decision fast, right, wrong, this, that, all that. There's no state of confusion when there is clarity. Clarity happens when you are having a sharp intellect. And now intellect again. Why? Because the manavo strotas, even the mind, Ayurveda believes, has its own channels. So we call it, the mind also flows through channels. It's called the manovaha strotas, the channel of the mind through which it works. So if the channels are open and the mind can move through that, all the thoughts and everything very clearly, there is no blockage, you will see this person with a great improved intellect. Memory is about recollecting what you have experienced, so again the pathway is open. That is why even the thoughts can come and go faster. Digestive fire, another, as I told you, this is acting like a biofuel. And forget only the mitochondria, where the cells are getting all the ingredients, the biofuel for it to convert ATP and give you energy. But here I'm talking about the Ayurveda concept about Jataragni. It also improves the Jataragni, the digestive forces. With that, all the other Agnis also. Then every Dhatu has an Agni. So Rasagni, then Raktagni, and all the Agni. So from one Dhatu to another Dhatu, it's a metabolic process. So from one thing, it metabolizes into another thing. That process needs some enzymatic action, and that enzymes that are produced are stimulated because of consumption of Shilajit, which has a kind of a stimulative property in making sure that the right enzymes that help in digestion are there, and is especially Vrushya, vitality enhancing. As I told you, it helps in making the cells breed better, multiply better. So it's but naturally, when your cells are breeding well, you will feel that breeding feeling within you. Your vitality becomes something that is very much visible. The person is full of energy, always about to get engaged in doing work, and you can see that, and that vitality. So you can see even Shushru Samhita in the Chikitsa Sthan, okay, where it is talking about now treatment, and there in the Rasayana Adhyaya. So Rasayana is also curative, okay, not just that. So that is why it is mentioned in the Chikitsa Sthan. And in 27, it is talked telling how this is very, very good. And today modern science also agrees in cognitive dysfunction, in Alzheimer's, in Parkinson's, the consumption of Shilajit has shown amazing results. A lot of you can say science based, research based studies have been done on this. You can go to pubmed.com and you can look at a lot of research that has been done by great scholars and people who are interested in gathering facts. You can do that yourself. Let's take the next slide. Okay, here, the Ayurvedic properties. Here we are talking about the quality. What makes this rasayana one of the great rasayanas? Because you have to understand, in Ayurveda, it was all about understanding the properties through sense of taste, then the way it works on particular body, what it does. So that's what we call rasa gun virya vipak. This is how it is called. So rasa means what it tastes and how does it taste. So it's got a tikta katu taste. That means a bitter astringent taste. So now you should understand that bitter astringent have these properties that can enter into every cell. They have got healing properties. Name a medicine that is not bitter and bland. You'll always see medicines are bitter, usually bitter, because that's how bitterness carries the healing properties. And here you have another rasayana with that particular taste. What are the qualities? Guna, it is called lagu and ruksha. Lagu means it could go through micro you can capillaries, it can pass through that. So because it is very very light, so very easily it can move through cellular walls. So cellular permeability here will be much greater than any other thing because it is lagu. Ruksha, because of its property, even though you see it's slimy, you see, even then it is dry. And this dryness is where it basically also becomes an attraction for all the fluids to be attracted towards it, because dry things are a kind of magnets which attract fluid, and hence it helps in detoxification. So lagu and ruksha, so that is why it has to be consumed with either honey, either milk, either with nice water. So you have to take this along with some sneha dravya, so it will help you feel better. You see how they were processing the shilajit, they were using ghee to process it, because with that they take away the little rukshata out, the dryness. Virya is ushna virya, it's packed with energy, super energy, because all the locked up solar energy acted, was locked up by the bacteria trying to process it, but like fossil fuel it just remains locked up in it. Ushna virya, that is why it is stimulating the enzymes in your body, the fire within you, the jatragni gets there, the agni is in your body, all the metabolic activities are fired because of its ushna property, virya. Vipaka means after everything, when it gets digested, what is the vipaka of it? So it said it is katu. That means when we say katu here, means it is spicy. So because it's got that final conversion into a hot spicy thing, it can enter into every cell, move through every channels, open up the channels also. So that is its vipaka. Prabhava means it's per action, specific action. It's a rasayana, it's a balya, and it's a vrishya. These are the prabhav that it does. So whoever consumes this, you will definitely get these things from the Shilajit. So maybe if y'all are understanding, give me a thumbs up so I know that I'm still there with y'all and everybody is understanding what I'm saying. Yeah, I got a thumbs up from Shilpi Kumar P. Okay, two of them from her. I have yeah, Parimalan Kannan, Vishaka Pawar also giving a thumbs up. So yes, Anita Desai, Mohan Kumar, Praveen Salonke, Neeta Kavde, Prafula Kumar Role. Okay, good, good, good. So let me continue. Let me continue. Okay, now core composition. The modern science has been trying to decode it and try to find out what are the active ingredients of such a powerful ancient supplement. And here it is. They have found that it is rich in fulvic acid, humic acid, trace minerals, antioxidants. And I told you that antioxidants and trace minerals, these are the basic property of all rasayanas, But what was amazing is fulvic acid. And now when you look at what fulvic acid is, so if you have ever gone into the jungle and you would have seen the soil there which has all the dead leaves, dead plants in it, it's got its own humus, so that humus, that's kind of you can say a sliminess within the soil, not dead dry soil. It got some life in it, and this humus, humid soil, is basically because of humic acid. And this humic acid helps the soil to hold on to water. It's very rich in nutrients. That is why in such a soil plants thrive and grow, and there is a colony of bacteria, fungi that live in harmony. So it's a complete factory in that soil. But along with that, there is a finding of fulvic acid, which is like the key ingredient for that soil to pass nutrients here and there. So you need a medium, and fulvic acid becomes that medium for the plants to take nutrients from the soil and then process it. fulvic acid becomes a medium through which, so many bacteria and fungi that digest the plant material, they convert that into nutrients that is again absorbed. So you can actually smell that soil, and you'll find a very earthy smell to it. And when you look at the shilajit is also the same material. It's rich with fulvic acid, and the higher the fulvic acid, we know that it has been long in the process of developing and processing itself with time. But the smell of fulvic acid can be smelled when you open the bottle of shilajit. So it's like when you should take a bottle of shilajit, like if you have one, you should actually do that. Open it, and you can smell it. You'll have this little smell of a cow urine or something, or if you go to that, because this particular smell is very, very typical of fulvic acid rich ingredients, and that's what shilajit is. And again, because of the combinations and permutation and combination of so many minerals that are broken down from plant material, so these bio minerals, these bioabsorbable minerals are very rich, and hence what happens here is that this becomes like a superpower source for minerals, trace minerals, which usually you don't get in food, because we lack that in food. But you have to understand, that at the end, even the plants feed on this, and then we eat the plants. So when you take something like this, you are actually giving directly something from the soil. So technically you're taking a very like the extract of the soil without going through the process of the plants. That's how rich this fulvic acid rich shilajit is. Now, what is this fulvic intelligence? So science has been working on trying to find out what's so special about it. As a chemical that they found out, as an ingredient, they found out that it's got some intelligence, and this intelligence means they have found out that it helps in nutrient transport. As I told you, fulvic acid helps that to move nutrients in and out of the plant material or from the soil to the plants. But it does the same with us also. When you consume this, it helps in processing all the nutrients that you get from the food that are broken down by your enzymes in the body. It makes sure that is processed very nicely and transported through the cellular mechanism, through the channels of the body into every cell. So it actually opens the pathways of cellular metabolism. Hence, it is like treated very well by the cells, and fulvic acid gets a royal treatment, welcomed by every cell, and everybody who are accompanying this fulvic acid are also welcome. So fulvic acid becomes like the go-to guy, like just walking in and carrying a little calcium, magnesium, and potassium along with it, and they go inside the cell, and the cells can then have a party with all those people. So cellular entry, it has got like a master entry card to let through every cell. So that's the fulvic intelligence. Detox flow, as I told you, as it goes in, it also makes sure all the things that are not needed in the cell are also getting out. And if that happens, the in way and the out way paths are open, the cell lives much better. Then the bioavailability, that means, again, when I'm talking about bioavailability, means there are good bacteria within our own gut. There are this life within us. So we say your gut is nothing but a living flora and fauna within you, and it processes and digests so many things. But as soon as Shilajit enters, it's like suddenly the field which was growing something has been given a boost of fertilizers or nutrients, and suddenly the plant growth is good. Similarly, when your gut bacteria and everything, they get a taste of fulvic acid through shilajit, the processing, the digesting capacity, the flora and fauna within just starts to thrive much better. And lot of problems like leaky guts, then people suffering from acidity, long standing acidity, people prone for conditions like colon cancer and everything, suddenly you have a stimulant that actually triggers life again. So bioavailability of life, is processed by fulvic acid. Again, another amazing ingredient that we need to tap into. You don't get that in other or ingredients. Like you will not get that in a Ganoderma or spirulina, but definitely here is one supplement that definitely gives you that mineral power. Now, here, mineral power means it is but understood that when it's breaking down the leaves and if it's breaking down the small algae and moss and the fern and all the grass, everything that was growing there, which were feeding on the sunlight and the nutrients within the rocks, when that is broken down by bacteria, and this all nutrient is now locked up in the Shilajit. So Shilajit is definitely rich in minerals. You see, when we talk about a Himalayan salt, okay, we know that the sea over a period of time with all the life within it was packed with all the nutrients, and we get the pink Himalayan salt. But imagine this black, rich, highly dense, packed superpower mineral is definitely a powerhouse, and it contains almost all the so-called vital minerals that we require. These minerals are then basic raw materials through which your hormones are produced. Uh, i- Please understand that it's an adaptogen, so it knows how much every cell gets. It doesn't overgive. It doesn't even give less. It knows what is right and how much to give. So it is like a knob that controls the whole distribution process, and that is why you need to have an adaptogen. That is why Rasayana plays a very important role. Immunity minerals, as your rasa, rakta, mausa, meda, asti, majja, shukra, all your dhatus get processed. Your all dhatus are doing good. Last comes your oja dhatu, your immunity, and that is built up because all the other dhatus are doing good. And rasayana means this rasa, which was the life force. So we have in Ayurveda a theory that when you want to, you have a field which is divided into these seven parts, and you let water pass from one part to the other. So when you pass from one, because the channels are open, you don't need to go till the end. Only the you just let the water pass through. It passes from one channel to the another channel to the another channel. So even the entry is one, it reaches till the end, and that's exactly what the rasayana does. It makes sure all the pathways of metabolism are open. The body is able to metabolize everything, process it, and eliminate those things that are not needed. When that is done, immunity is definitely built up. And for all this, you need minerals. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you need minerals. It's like you need a bucket to take out water from the well. Similarly, you need minerals to pull out certain ingredients within the cell. You need minerals to take something within the cells. Minerals are like these containers which carry all the requisite material that is required by the body to produce the energy that we need. And every organ, every cell has different requirements. Like every person, if you go to a hotel, even the hotel is one, the menu card has multiple dishes. Similarly, our cells, even though we are one body, but we have different cells, and every cell needs different food. And you should understand that distribution to be done rightly is the job of rasayanas. And uh, basically our Shilajit does that very, very well. Repair minerals. Now, again, like a mason who does the building of material, we go through wear and tear every day. So we say your diet, your sleep, and your relaxation. These are the three ways in which you allow the body to repair itself. And here comes for body to repair, it needs minerals. It needs those protein based minerals which can act faster. And here you have a powerhouse of repair minerals that are there within Shilajit that can help you get your mineral power. Now, here I want to introduce you to a very, very important concept called Yogavahi, a bridge, a bio enhancer. When I say bio enhancer, means it enhances life. Remember, we are nothing but billions and billions of lives living in one, right? There are so many cells, and every cell is like an independent life within us. Within our cells, like the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and so many other cells, we also have the skin cells, the other organ cells, and then along with that, we also have colonies of bacteria, fungi living within us, living with us. Like my mouth right now would be loaded with bacteria, which is like living in symbiosis with me, in harmony with me, helping to process things, helping me to understand things. So here we are living in symbiosis with these bacteria, bio. So when you provide nutrients, this relationship between this whole diversified biological life within us, they are thriving. And then that thriving feeling, this enhancement that it does to the life within us is something great. And here is a rasayana that can actually multiply that feeling, and multiply that thing by providing that harmonious distribution of all the good things that you do in terms of your thoughts, in terms of your food, in terms of your supplements that you take, and making sure that the delivery system is under its control. And if you have the supply chain well managed, it is like having, now, like Amazon has come up with Amazon Now. Now it can deliver something in just 10 minutes. So this is what you would say a fulvic acid rich Shilajit can do. It can act like Amazon, making sure that the delivery system is good and the transport intelligence. You see, again, very, very important. The transport intelligence is good, and there is a demand from one part of the cell of the body, and that demand goes to the brain, and the brain then processes it. The system then delivers it as and when from the storehouses. It knows where to ask for it, and supply chain is completely controlled when you take a rasayana. So again, rasayana is very, very important. And yoga vahi means, yoga means to unite, and vahi means to take along or carry it along. So yog vahi means something that carries things along so that they unite. So somewhere somebody is missing, like it's a love affair, somewhere some cell is in requirement of one ingredient, and it keeps on crying out for it. And there is an intelligence in a body that understands and listens to it. And then an ingredient like Shilajit make sure that the delivery of that is done faster. And that is why it's called yoga vahi. Okay, so it carries that particular thing that will unite with what is now in requirement with. So it's a beautiful love relationship between the organ and its need based supplements or nutrients that it requires. Okay. Okay, I see a heart, a Valentine heart coming up. Maybe you understood what I said. That's good. If people have understood what I meant, that relationship between us, you can also put in those thumbs up and your heart. So I know that you all are going good with this. Okay, so I see a Shilpi Kumari doing that. And I see, okay, Parimalan Kannan also doing that. Very good. Yes. And I want to, oh, a bunch of hearts coming. Okay, very good. So these 90 participants, you can imagine, 90 participants, and we should have this very excitement around, because this is a very powerful supplement. Thanks to DXN, thanks to Dr. Lim to allow us in India to incorporate Ayurveda and the ancient wisdom into the DXN system, allowing DXN system to complete itself as a healing system along with the TCM, the traditional Chinese concepts, the Ayurveda concepts. We become a complete a school of ancient wellness, that we can pass on for generations to generation. So again, thanks to Dr. Lim. Okay, let's take the next slide. Here we go. Now you have to understand the axis, and now how around this axis things happen. So this brain axis, how Shilajit helps in making sure there is neuroprotection. Remember this, every now and then oxygen that you're breathing in, which is the life force, also becomes the force through which your cells deteriorate. Okay, they go through oxidation and the life just becomes less and less. But a rich antioxidant rasayana can make sure that your neuroprotection is there. Your nerves, they are not damaged. So basically every nerve cell, the axon, has a kind of medullary sheath, like every wire that carries the electricity has this insulation on top. With this insulation, we do not get the shocks when the wire carries the electricity. Similarly, our nerve fibers are nothing but electrical, you can say, wiring within the whole body, and they have these insulations called medullary sheath. But because of the lifestyle we live, because of the oxidation that happens, there is damage on these medullary sheaths, and the insulation starts to get destroyed, especially in your vertebral column. And then people suffer from all kinds of neuritis. Especially then they have all these problems, especially in the joints like cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis. Then there are conditions like sciatica, there are the neural conditions, so many things. Along with that, there is cellular damage, wherein memory loss, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, these are all deteriorating conditions, and you need something to feed that. So as we launched recently the Butterfly Pea kombucha, which is very, very good for the nervous system, it's nootropic. Here you have a powerful supplement